how to get 10, maybe even 20% more from the current business you're doing right now with almost no extra effort. Hey, this is Dr. Ron Eccles with Going Vertical Coaching, and I'm going to just take a few minutes and I'm going to set the stage for what it takes to become an extraordinary business. Now, extraordinary businesses are not doing things that are really big and extraordinary most times, right? They're doing ordinary things in extraordinary ways, which means they are doing the mundane things that build a business little by little, day in, day out without fail. They got systems in place. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story because this story is something near and dear to my heart, and it has to do with something that I learned in a very painful way. So years ago, I went to Cabo San Lucas with my family, and I wound up buying my first timeshare. Now, that's not the painful part, right? Because I still own that timeshare. And I was there during the timeshare presentation on a Wednesday. We were going home on a Saturday. That evening, to celebrate, we were told to go to this place in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, called Queen Margaritas. Now, the guy who sent us there was an American living in Cabo, and he said it's the best pizza on the planet. Now, you got to remember, my family and I come from the Northeast. We believe the best pizza on the planet comes from that New Jersey, New York, Northeast area. Now, that's just our opinion, and we are opinionated about our pizza. But irregardless, we went that night not anticipating a whole lot. This little restaurant was inside of a hotel. It was off the beaten path, and it was run by a father and a daughter. They were both from Italy, and I got to tell you right now, to our incredible delight, it was the best pizza we had ever had. And we had eggplant parmesan that was absolutely to die for. We were so enthusiastic about eating at that place. We ate there Thursday night and Friday night. When we left Saturday morning, we made a pact that next year when we came back, we were going to eat there every night for dinner. We wouldn't even make any other decision because we love the food so much. To our disappointment, when we returned the following year, they were no longer in business. When we searched for them, we were told they couldn't make it in business, so they packed up and they left Mexico. So here's the moral of the story, right? You can have the best product in the whole world and still not survive in business. As a matter of fact, years ago, when I was in practice as a doctor of chiropractic, in a period of 10 years, I was able to do what most people don't do in a lifetime in that particular career. I completed and was board certified in 2 different diplomate programs, my orthopedics and neurology diplomate. Then I completed the entire sports injury diplomate, but I never went on to take the test because I didn't need any more certifications. Now, the average person, and we were all required to get 12 postgraduate hours a year of training, and I would log in somewhere between 120 and 200 plus postgraduate hours every year, year in and year out. Now, that doesn't make me the smartest person in the world, but it made me one of the hardest working people in my profession and caused me, at least in expertise, to rise to the very top. Now, over the next 10 years, I built a very successful business, but there was always this one guy in town, and he had a bigger, and I'd say more profitable practice than I did. But it drove me crazy because, well, and I'm trying to be nice, but he was just dumber than a box of rocks when it came to his academics, when it came to his ability to apply himself to his craft. He wasn't that sharp. And so I always had this certain degree of animosity towards him because I didn't think it was fair, right? I thought that if I was the best and I was the epitome of what a doctor should be like in my profession, and I was way better than he was, I believe, and I think that would be pretty much verified, then I should get way more business than he gets. But this guy really knew how to run an incredible business. Not practice, but incredible business. And as a result, later on, I began to really respect his business acumen. You see, he knew how to market himself. And that was the real big difference. So I'm going to just talk about a couple things today that literally I just got. Now, one is my son, right? Now, I love my son, but again, I've got 5 children. Luke is my oldest, and he has been an entrepreneur now. He caught the entrepreneur bug from dad, right? Dad's been pushing him for a long time, you know, in a very loving way and coaching him along. And again, it's very difficult to coach your children because many times they don't listen, but after a while you start seeing something pick up, right? And I'm watching him turn out to be brilliant. In other words, he's on his way to doing really well in business. He does social media marketing and websites, right? So he's very creative and stuff. And the name of his company is called Red Bearded Marketing. Why? Because he has a big red beard. Now, I just got this in the mail, right? He sent this to Dad because he wanted to show me what he was doing. It's from Send Out Cards, right? So he's using that as a service. But that's not his business, right? His business is getting people to do business with him. And he's talking about the corona situation. And he's got a great little easy, non-pushy way of getting you to take a look at what you're doing in business right now during this circumstance, and a kind of a humorous way of telling you, hey, let me help, right? This is brilliant, right? He's taken advantage of a situation where most people are cowering in a corner and worrying if they're going to survive. He's out on the offense, not the defense. He knows that what he does right now will pay him in 2-3 months down the road. So I just want to encourage you. He is my son, but I'm really proud of him. I think this is really a great thing for all business owners to do, and that's be proactive. Focus on what you can control and do not focus on what you cannot control. All right, here's something else, right? I just got this in the mail. I needed a new cover for my MacBook Pro. So I went online and I looked at a bunch of different models. And so I love the color blue, and because I have blue eyes, I love blue. I look good in blue. And so I got to have a blue cover, right? My last one was transparent, kind of grayish, didn't look that good, right? So I ordered one from a company called Kuzy, right? I got it on Amazon, Kuzy, and it came in, and I haven't even put it on yet, but I opened it up, right? And it was in a plastic wrap like this, right? I opened it up, and in between these two pieces, the top and the bottom, there was a spacer, all right? No big deal. That just keeps it nice. It was wrapped properly. But then inside, this came with it, right? Now, not that impressive. Everybody's got something like that. I thought it was the instructions on how to put the covers on. But I looked inside, and here's what it said. We're here to help you. And it has a QR code that you can scan, right? And then it says here, review me, all right? So they're taking time to, number one, put their information there so how you can contact them, and they're there to help you, right? They want to help me. That's really good experience on my part to see that from them. And then they have a review, right? They're taking the opportunity. They know not everybody's going to give them a review, but I'm going to give them a review because I'm so impressed with this third part. They took time to offer me right away a 10% off coupon for my very next order. Now, when I owned restaurants for years in the pizza world, believe it or not, I owned pizza restaurants. We used to implement a thing called a bounce back coupon, and we would do it every so often. We would just start it up and we would keep it going. And a bounce back coupon was like this, okay? We knew that the slowest day of the week was a Monday or a Tuesday, right? So on Saturday or Sunday, 2 busy days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 3 biggest days in the restaurant, in particular in the pizza world, we would give out a bounce back coupon for a discount on Monday or Tuesday, and we would write the date. It had to be the following Monday or the following Tuesday. Sometimes we would do it for the next day, right? So here's what we figured out. We learned this from experienced business people in the restaurant world, that if you get people to come in more frequently, so let's say the average person comes in twice a month, but you get them to come back in 4 times in a month, right? Or 3 times in a month. You've gone up 50% or 100% in that particular customer. So if you implement this across the board and you get your customers to come in more often, you offer them a bounce back discount coupon or a next order coupon or some sort of discount to do more business with you, that is the best time to get more business from them. Once they had a good experience with you, give them some incentive to do more business with you. It's just an opportunity. You're sending them something or you're giving them a service. Why not take the next step and incentivize them to do more business with you? Hey, this is Dr. Ron Eccles, and I hope that you are being proactive in your business and your marketing. Remember, it's not the best service or the best product that wins, but it's the person who has a good product, at least a good product, and the person who is marketing the very best. So I look forward to talking to you more. Listen, if you like what this information has, right? And I spend a lot of time working with Christian business owners and other business owners, but I'm kind of spending more time marketing to the Christian business owner. So if you like this, if you like what I have to say, just go ahead and subscribe to this channel and like this particular post and go ahead and comment on it, right? You leave your comments below because that's really important to get feedback. Listen, if you disagree with me, that's cool. But if you also have another idea that will help other people out, put your idea down the bottom. How can you get more business from what you're doing right now? The multiplication factor. I'll talk to you real soon.